If I was a Michigan fan today, if I was a Michigan fan waking up on this Saturday morning with the news that my head coach and Jim Harbaugh was suspended for 3 games, and that's it, you know what I'm doing? I'm jumping for joy. I'm celebrating. I'm getting in my car. I'm cranking the volume on the radio. I am blasting this song. This is not a punishment. This is Michigan beating the Big Ten. Michigan won. You won, Michigan. You should be celebrating. You should be frankly laughing at this is what the punishment is. Again, I have to use, when I say the word punishment, I got to put air quotes around the word punishment. Jim Harbaugh being suspended for the game, and that's it. For the rest of the regular season, the last 3 games, only missing the game on Saturday, is not a punishment. This impacts Michigan's season 0%. 0%. Think about it. Jim Harbaugh is not the play caller. Right? He's not the offensive or defensive play caller for Michigan. His impact in strictly the 3 hours from kickoff to the final whistle is minimal. Right? It's again, he's not out there during the game scheming up offensive play calls and diagramming game plans during the game. He's a CEO-like head coach. He's not the offensive coordinator, he's not the defensive coordinator. His impact on the actual physical game day is very minimal. So removing him, I don't think Michigan's going to feel a difference whatsoever. That's why I think Michigan is the big winner here. They are, again, air quotes, punished by the Big Ten when, in fact, Jim Harbaugh's impact is not going to be greatly, or his absence, Jim Harbaugh's absence is not going to be greatly felt. You are still eligible for postseason play, right? You're not banned from the Big Ten title game. You're not banned from the college football playoff. Jim Harbaugh is returning for the postseason, so he'll be there for the Big Ten championship if they make it. He'll be there for the college football playoff if they make it. He'll be there for the national title game if Michigan is there. Where's the negative downside? That's why if you're a Michigan fan, I think you're celebrating today. You are, honestly, forget about me celebrating. You're laughing. You are laughing at the Big Ten for this big bad punishment that merely is just a slap on the wrist. That's all it is. It's a technical procedural move, nothing more. Which is why if you're the rest of the Big Ten, if you're the rest of college football, I think you're looking at this suspension and saying, this is pathetic. This is what you're doing? You're suspending Jim Harbaugh on Saturdays, on game day, but you're allowing him to coach throughout the season, or throughout the week, I should say, excuse me. So he could be there Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. He just can't be in the venue on the sideline on Saturday. So he can coach during the week, in which I would argue that's a bigger impact. Like that is where winning is more dictated during the week, during practice, versus again, when you're a CEO, during the game, you're not making that many big time decisions that impact the win or loss probability for Michigan from Jim Harbaugh's perspective. So where a lot of winning happens for Jim Harbaugh during practice, you allow him to still be there during the week, remove him from the sidelines during the game, don't ban him from postseason play. Don't ban Michigan, the team, from postseason play. And oh yeah, by the way, Michigan's already used to coaching or playing, I should say, without Jim Harbaugh. Michigan had a dry run this year, the first 3 games of the year. Jim Harbaugh not on the sidelines. So they've already went through this charade one time and already have the system down. Now it's just figuring out who's going to assume the title, right, of head coach and make maybe the ultimate decision. But Michigan had 3 games already this season for a different NCAA infraction that Jim Harbaugh is being investigated for, where he was not the coach on Saturday, but he was there during the week. So Michigan has already prepped for this exact scenario they're dealing with. They are still allowing their head coach to be there during the week. He is eligible for postseason play. The team is eligible for postseason play. How does this negatively impact Michigan? How does this punish Michigan for cheating? It doesn't. This is a fake suspension. This is a fake punishment. It accomplishes nothing. Michigan is beating Ohio State today. Michigan is beating Penn State today. They're beating Ohio State in a few weeks. Whether Jim Harbaugh's on the sideline or not doesn't change my impact on picking those games. Michigan is better than Penn State. Michigan is better than Ohio State. Whether Jim Harbaugh is there or not, the Wolverines are winning both of those games. So how does removing him just from game days for the regular season actually serve as a punishment when Michigan for the last 3 years has been stealing signs and cheating? The punishment, or I should say, let me put it down here as I'm using my hands here, a little hand scale. The crime Michigan committed is all the way up. The punishment Michigan is getting for the said crimes is all the way down. The scales are not balanced. They are way in favor right now of Michigan. Which is why, again, if you are a Michigan fan, today is a win for you. You beat the Big Ten. Their big bad punishment is something you've already dealt with. You're prepared for. It's not taking away what is the biggest goal this season in winning the national title. By the way, you're going to have your head coach back in full capacity for the biggest games of the season, Big Ten title game, college football playoff games. Where's the negative impact? How does this actually truly punish Michigan? How does this actually deter teams from doing this again in the future? It doesn't. It is absolutely pathetic by the Big Ten. This is more honestly trying to grab a headline and make it seem like they're coming down strong on Michigan, when in fact this is just more a mere slap on the wrist, more procedural technicality than it is anything else. This does nothing. This does nothing. It's an embarrassment. It's a joke. And Michigan got off easy. Michigan got off very easy. They cheated, and for really outside of 9 hours the rest of the season, they got away with it. They cheated, are paying a 9-hour punishment, and they're going to still reap the rewards of what they did the last few years, and now also going forward the rest of the season as well. Michigan won. This suspension does nothing. Jim Harbaugh is a CEO. Removing him from the sideline for 3 games is not going to do, it's not changing the outcome of games. It's not leveling the playing field for Michigan's opponent and Michigan. This is more of a PR stunt. This is nothing more than a good PR headline. Big Ten condemns Michigan. Suspends Jim Harbaugh. In reality, it does nothing. He's allowed to coach during the week. He's back for postseason play. This is a fake suspension. This is pathetic from the Big Ten. This is absolutely pathetic. Michigan should be banned from the college football playoff. Instead, they get a mere slap on the wrist. Congrats to Michigan. You won. You won. You beat the Big Ten.